Hello, everyone. It's Lynn from Holistic Health and Wellness. So, we're talking this week. My theme has kind of been going into the fall season. Of course, here in Florida, it's not necessarily feeling like fall, but for sure, many people throughout the country, throughout the world for that matter, are experiencing like temperatures. So, summer's behind us, fall is officially here. And we do tend to have slower days when we get into the fall. It just seems like things slow down a little bit. And sometimes that can be good, helps us to feel more relaxed, less stressed. But of course, it also can be a little bit negative when you think that, you've done certain things throughout the summer and now you're getting into a more leisurely pace. And so sometimes that means that we are falling off track with our health goals, which isn't necessarily such a great thing. So I'm going to share with you today 5 simple things, some of my favorite things that you can tweak for you so that you can stay on track slower season. So first of all, as I've mentioned in many of my lives, try spicing up your life. So there are lots of foods that we can add to our dinners, our lunches, even spices that we can use for breakfast that really help to rev up your metabolism. So if you're thinking about dinners or even lunches, you can use even more hot peppers, sprinkle some red pepper flakes on your food. You can boost your metabolism in that way. You can also add it to your soups, stir fry, pastas, and even your salads. And those things are things that do rev up your metabolism. So I love to add spicy things to some of my foods. I even consider ginger to be a great spice that I like to add to my smoothies. Don't know as you, well, I guess it is a spice. Cinnamon is a great way with your blood sugar levels and with your metabolism, which is great to add to your smoothies or to anything else that you're eating for breakfast. So number 2, skip the dieting. So as you may know, I have been going down this whole path of holistic health and natural living for probably 5 or 6 years now. But before that, I was a yo-yo dieter. So at my very heaviest, I was pretty close to 170 pounds, and I'm pretty short. I'm only 5'1", so the doctors keep telling me. And to have that much weight is a huge amount of weight to carry around. And in fact, I've probably not mentioned this before, but when I was visiting with a doctor when my kids were smaller, he actually described me in the medical notes as being grossly obese. Well, that really, of course, was an eye-opener for me. That's a horrible thing when you hear yourself described as that. And a lot of that was because I would diet. I'd be on the latest fad diet. And then after being on that latest fad diet, I would go back to regular eating. And of course, I would put the weight back on, plus a whole lot more. So it took quite a way down my journey for me to realize that I needed to skip the dieting. So what I mean by that is you can eat more food when you actually eat the right food. So fiber-rich foods like fruits and vegetables, you can eat pretty much a lot of those and feel very satisfied, and there's no guilt involved with that. So you need to make smart choices when you're eating, and not only will you be fueling your body with the great right nutrients and the great right stuff to be eating, but it also gives you balance and it gives you a healthy metabolism. So that's really important to know. So power up with proteins is number 3. So protein powders help you to maintain lean muscle. And you don't need to be a meat eater to get all of the proteins that you need. I know that. I'm a vegetarian. I keep track of my proteins on MyFitnessPal because I want to make sure I'm always eating enough proteins. And it does require a little bit of work on your part, but that's where MyFitnessPal is so great because it really does help keep track of my nutrients for me. So plant-based proteins are the best, and they're an ideal solution for you when you're trying to maintain or keep or make that lean muscle mass. That helps you to burn off, boost up your metabolism, burn off the fat, and be more healthy. So if you have a hard time exercising, tip number 4 is stand more. If you have a job that requires sitting a lot, then make sure that you get up and you move around at least once every hour. So when I began that, when I was working outside the home, I would have to set a reminder on my phone, because sometimes we can get so busy doing what we're doing that we forget all about doing that kind of thing for ourselves. So make sure you stand up, you can stretch, you can walk around. If you've got stairs in your office, you can go up and down your stairs a few times. You can walk up and down the hallways. If you have a break, you can always take a break, go outside, spend 10 minutes outside. That is a great way to get away from that desk sitting system that we seem to get into, need to break out of, because it's not doing us any favors at all when we're sitting at our desks all day long. So number 5, choose organic. So if money is a factor in your grocery shopping, which makes it hard to choose organic, and that's so for many people, you can choose the organic when they come into season. You can choose things like strawberries, apples, celery, peaches, spinach, other greens and potatoes. You choose organic at that point because these are the foods that have the most pesticide levels. Things that you peel like bananas, avocados, grapefruit, for example, it's easier to buy non-organic. So one of the great things that you can also do is, I know in our local area, we have a food co-op, and many areas have something like that. And so like our food co-op, we sign up on the weekend, on a Sunday or Monday, and there is so much produce that we get, and it only costs $20. And I can guarantee I'd go into the grocery store and I would pay at least triple that. So look out for things like that. Go to your farmer's market, find places where you can buy organic that's cheaper for you. But remember, when it comes to things like strawberries, peaches, apples, celery, spinach, other types of greens like that, you're better off buying organic if you can. If you're buying them from a produce stand, or if you're buying them from a farmer's market, you're much more likely to be buying them organically. So those are just 5 tips to help you to eat in a healthy, smart way, so that your body will work harder for you without you having to work harder. So that's a great advantage to having these great fall foods. And coming into fall, you can enjoy the slower season, see how your body responds. But, remember, spice up your life, skip the diets, power up on protein, stand more, and if possible, get in more exercise. And choose organic, especially you can do a search on the internet for the 10 best produces to purchase that are organic. And it will show you which are the best ones, the ones that you really need to buy organic for. And then if you do that, you'll probably see some pop up on the ones that you don't have to buy organic for. If you need more information on that, let me know, because I do have a list of those things. So I hope that you've had a great day today. As we get into the middle of the week, I hope that the rest of your week goes great. Remember, these are some simple ways to stay on track this fall. And again, this is Lynn from Holistic Health and Wellness. I hope that you have an awesome day. Would love it if you would comment underneath this video, if you would share it with somebody. That always is a great help to me. I appreciate it so much. Have a wonderful day. Bye.